I have been looking for that for about a week or two, and it was in the box. I just didn't see it. Put it in with all the nuts and bolts. Remember I said I was saving? And yeah, this somehow I got put this in there instead of with the rest of the hardware. This got in with the nuts and bolts, which is fine. So anyway, we're going to clean this guy up. I could buy a new one, but there's absolutely no corrosion or anything here. This is aluminum. There's no corrosion here at all. And so we're just going to reuse this because it's in excellent shape. I'm pretty sure my new intake that I'm going to be getting, this fits right on there. I don't see why it wouldn't, because it was, it's designed to be a Pontiac intake. So there was no special notes that said you needed a different upper radiator fitting. So let's get this cleaned up, and one less thing that needs to be done before the engine can go back together. And well, look at that, it's coming clean already. What is? It's just kind of weird color inside of there. Original stamp 9779072. All right, let's get some. Actually, I'm not going to need oven cleaner on this one. I'm just going to take some wire brush to her. There's no grease on this at all. This is in the upper part of the engine. This is where that wire wheel would be coming really handy. I think I'm going to go buy that wire wheel. Yeah, I think this would be a really good part to practice using that on. Yeah. Oh, look at all this gunk on the inside here. Gasket maker or something? Seal? It's all rubbery. Okay. I'm going to go buy that wire wheel. I'll be back, and then we'll clean this up the easy way. Okay, so I mentioned I wanted to use a wire wheel on this. And I do have one that can go on the drill, but that's not quite the, decent RPM or anything. So I'm going to put a wire wheel on here. I've actually got, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a chunk out of the wheel here anyway. So let's get a wire brush on my grinder. I'm going to unplug that. Let me grab a Phillips screwdriver and get these off here. Everybody's, yours will be, everybody's is a little bit different on how these things go on. Some don't have these covers at all, but mine does. Oh, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. The left-hand nut on this end. There we go. Makes sense. Okay, there we go. As you can see, got a chunk out of this one. I can still use them if I took and I dressed the wheel down past that. I can still use it. I hardly use the fine one at all. Where did I put that wire wheel? Tin snips work great to get these packages open, by the way. All right. All right, been fighting this for about half an hour. And I think I found a system. I found some other hardware I had laying around, and I actually had a washer that fit over this thing a little bit better. And hopefully it'll hold this thing better now. This is going to be the hokiest thing I've ever seen. So I'm going to leave the side cover off because I kind of need to put I'm going to have to put the wheel back on there. But this should allow me to grind on this pretty easily. See if I can get this thing cleaned up. So here's what, so anyway, I was going to do that as a separate video on how to put a wheel on, but apparently I don't know how to do it. So let's just get started here. Wow, let me clear off my counter, or it's going to clear it off for me. All right, so that was definitely a lot more work than what it was worth. I'm going to have to come up with a different setup for balancing that or something. Maybe that wheel I bought was just, because it was spinning on center, but man, everything vibrated. So this thing's in decent condition. There's a couple pits here, but it's a thick enough wall. I think we're just fine. Yeah, that's just fine. Got all the gasket off the bottom. It's not exactly flat sanding. Hold on a second. There, that's a little better. That should be plenty good. We'll take and wipe him down with some solvent. Wipe him down and he's ready to go. That is plenty good for that piece. This part is seen a little bit more than the other ones. It's right on top of the intake. However, I mean, honestly, the hose covers all of this. I'm going to paint it just like this. Don't have to do any masking then. I'll put something in the hole on the end. Can you tell I've used him before? He's Pontiac blue already. Perfect. So we'll wipe this down again. We can wipe that down with a clean cloth. And I'll let him dry. We'll come back and get that painted. All right, let's get this guy painted. It's a little harder. This is kind of it's got kind of a goofy shape to it. All right, that's the first coat. We'll come back. Coat number 2. Okay. Wait a little bit and get the coat number 3 on there. All right, final coat. I'm going to try to make sure I get around the bottom down there. The top part I won't see nearly as much. really the base that you're going to see, because the hose will be covering the rest of it. All right. I always like to overpaint things. That's enough. All right. Well, that is about it for this time around. Got him cleaned up. I fought with my bench grinder a little bit. I still don't like the wire brush on there, so I have to come up with something else. Maybe I bought the wrong style, or there's some spacers I'm missing. Well, we'll get that. But it made quick work of cleaning this up. I'm, glad I wanted to go that route. I'll figure out. I'll work out the bugs on that yet. Anyway, this is painted up, looking good. I'll let it dry, and then we'll go on to the next. We'll go on to the next part. Thanks again for everybody who's been subscribing, following along. Appreciate the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.